My name is Lucy Flannery. I'm a senior search consultant at the Melanie Andersen agency. I work on all executive and leadership positions within product, sales, and operations. I started in sales, worked my way up through the stores, the field leadership, and all the way up to director of stores, regional director, worked for various companies, Guess, Lululemon, Lucy Activewear. So I understand both sides of the business, so I really appreciate working with both the client and the candidate and making the perfect match. Melanie actually reached out to me, recruited me for a role based in San Francisco. So that's how we originally met, and then we met again in New York. I wasn't interested in moving to San Francisco, so I was interested in moving to New York, so we kind of stayed in touch. Then I met her in person and kind of just was so inspired. I'd never really thought about recruiting, but meeting her and really seeing her approach just changed my perspective, and knowing that people can be candid, honest with their clients and candidates and just have this really sincere long-term relationship. I, in particular, work in retail, wholesale, and sales roles. I do have a passion. Some of them kind of have a personal passion, and recently I placed a design director for an activewear company, and because I personally have a passion for activewear, I had this mission of wanting to find them the perfect person. There was probably only 2 people in the country that would fit this role. I really wanted to find the person not only to make the client happy, but I had this vision of what that line would look like a year from now, that line would be different than what's out there in the competition today. That when I was searching for someone, I was saying, what is their point of view? Are they going to bring something different to the athletic market? So part of me had a personal agenda to say there could be something different to wear at that time that person can recognize there's a miss in the market. And then also making the match where I knew for sure, and this is with every role, that whatever match I make, that it's a long-term decision for both people, and that it lasts for a long time. You don't want to waste people's time, so that's where you have to really be open to communicating with the client and say, hey, look, I have a ton of candidates for you, but at the same time, I've already gone through, they are qualified, but there's certain things that I see that might not be, and that's why you're hiring me, so that I'm not wasting your time. So if you have built a relationship with a client, what they do appreciate in the end is that you actually present less people, but better people. I think the best client relationship is an open communication where you feel like you can say things to them, and vice versa. They're paying for a service, and if it was easy, they'd be doing it themselves. If they could have found somebody, they would have done it themselves, or if another recruiter could have found somebody, they would have had that done. So, I mean, when they come to us, chances are they may have already exhausted their search, or they may have already used other recruiters. So it really sometimes puts us in a situation to really step up the game and show that beyond all that, we can bring them the best candidate. I think the ideal candidate-recruiter relationship is very direct, but more importantly, extremely candid and honest. We need true full disclosure from the candidate. We can't support them, we can't help them if they're not completely honest with us about everything. Their past, their future, maybe not their personal life, but we need to know these things because I would say 99% of the time they're going to come out. So it's best to be candid with the recruiter and help work through those things, and because at the end of the day, those things will surface. I have a great working relationship with Melanie. I have the utmost respect for her, and I believe she has respect for me. She's always teaching me something new. I'm always learning. I really appreciate the way in which she approaches me. I'm kind of a direct person, so I like that type of approach. So Melanie and I don't have to spend a lot of time on things. We both don't tell long stories when we're telling things, so we can move through things extraordinarily quickly, and we also really think alike. So I think she's been able to really show me how the recruiting world works and how those relationships with the client work, and then also I can bring in an expertise, but I have such a value for her knowledge, and I do believe she respects me as well.